it's road trip time. Welcome back, guys. So today it is a beautiful summer morning right here in Sydney, and we are on our way and about to leave on a few thousand-kilometre road trip down through Melbourne, through the Great Ocean Road and through to Adelaide in our beautiful V12 7 Series BMW. So hopefully this thing makes it. It's not perfect, it's almost 30 years old, and yeah, I don't know what's going to go wrong, but something's going to go wrong 100%. Plan is to take this all the way from Sydney, Australia right now, down to Ulladulla for a night, and then Lake Hume, and then Melbourne for a few nights, and then do the Great Ocean Road. So if you haven't seen the 750 yet and you're new to the channel, this is our V12 750IL. As you can see, it needs a bit of work, but right now it is mechanically fantastic, well, decent, enough to do a road trip, hopefully. We'll see. Before we leave, we got to stick the E39 daily back into the garage so it doesn't burn up in this 40-degree heat right now. Real question is, will our 211,000 kilometer V12 BMW make it to Melbourne without an issue? We will see. I don't know if you can read that thing, that odometer, it's very faded. So anyway, let's get going and let's see how we go. We have Vian in the car, so let's actually officially go.
I'm not even kidding.
There's already traffic.
3 minutes into the trip. Haven't even left Sutherland. This is
no.
Ridiculous.
First fill up. We're about 2 hours on the way already, kind of. Not really. We're only in Albion Park, so about an hour. The 7 Series made it, perfect condition, no issues so far. It's only been about 2.5 hours, so we will see. We've got the rest of the journey tomorrow. So this is Noah's cottage. Yeah.
As you can see, it brings in the girls. W-Riz, am I right, like boys and girls? Most of the roofs and ceilings, it's all a bit corroded from cum, alright?
It's immaculate.
I f***ed your mothers in, alright? Look around, look around. You can see in here, the lights do indeed work. But half the time you don't want them on, because for obvious reasons, but up here, that's proof that I'm multicultural. That's a bit of ebony right there.
Oh, yuck! So this is tonight's setup, eh?
Better than in there, to be honest.
So since there's black mold growing in the house, we're just parking here and camping in his front yard. It's actually pretty cool.
Drip check.
Drip check.
Didn't your dad say to leave it how you found it?
So last night's sleep was fun, hot, and the tent ended up deteriorating on us in the middle of the night, which is great, but that's all right. It was fun and an experience, and we are about to leave to Lake Hume today. So Lake Hume is our next destination. It is almost 6 hours from Ulladulla, so we're gonna get going. All right, so we're about an hour into our journey.
We left Ulladulla this morning.
We're driving through a national park. It's absolutely beautiful, and then we're gonna get some breakfast somewhere. The car's doing fine. At the moment, there's a little shake in the front right section. I think one of the brake discs is a little bit warped or something, and my feet are a bit soggy, so one of the drains is clogged. But apart from that, she's running all right. So. This stretch of the drive was a little bit dodgy. We had to go from Ulladulla all the way to the main road on some pretty sketch roads.
We're in a 35-year-old BMW.
With lowering springs.
With lowering springs.
So we are here at Lake Hume, and right behind, in front of me here is the lake. It is stunning. It's just the check-in area, and as you can see, the water views are beautiful. Hopefully we can go and swim in them soon. So this is the motel for tonight. We're in room 20. Let's give a hotel rating. Lake Hume Motel.
Oh, it's really cute.
That is cute.
Aww.
For one night, that's really nice. Oh, it's hot in here though. You have to turn the aircon on.
Yeah, check the aircon on.
Nice little courtyard. Alright, we are up on day, what is it now? Day 2 or 3? 3. Technically day 3, and we're about to head off To Melbourne, we're currently in Albury-Wodonga at Lake Hume, which is stunning, and you'll have seen a few clips before from yesterday, and this room was heaps nice, and we're about to head off now. I think it's only about a 3.5 hour drive down to Melbourne, where we have another hotel for a couple nights, so should be good. The car's carpets were soaked in water yesterday. God knows why. I'm assuming a drain plug is clogged or something, but I couldn't figure it out on the road, so we're just gonna have to suck it up until we get back.
Why did you let me eat that ice cream? No.
Time to see if the carpets are still soaking wet. They don't seem to be at the back.
Mine's actually alright.
Yours aren't wet?
Not really, no.
That's surprising. Needs a good clean. Car's already filthy. So we've managed to do about, how many kilometers would you say? Here to Albury-Wodonga in probably just over a tank.
I reckon it's probably about 500 k's.
Yeah, so maybe just over a tank. Maybe just a tank probably. We filled up, but we were halfway full. So maybe just a tank. So it's not the best economy, but...
What can you expect from a V12 that's 30 years old?
Exactly.
Like,
what do you expect?
we expect it.
We expect it not to be the best, so...
But
doesn't matter.
We're driving in a living lounge room. Like, come on.
This thing's beautiful.
And we've also figured out that we can put...
Well, that's... We were going to say you can hypothetically watch Netflix on here, but that would be illegal, so we haven't done that while we're driving. Definitely not. And this radio is ghetto as fuck, but who cares? What do I want for breakfast? Bacon egg roll. You look like you're gonna die.
I feel like I'm gonna die.
Well, apart from that, this looks stunning.
Don't let me eat
We're about to leave this place, unfortunately. We definitely would recommend Lake Hume Resort. We're gonna go and get a nice breakfast before a 3.5 hour drive to Melbourne, so let's fucking go.
This segment is called Beyond's Breakfast Reviews. This one is ham and cheese toasty. I don't like ham, and I can't eat cheese, so that one's yours. I have a blueberry muffin and a matcha latte.
Very typical city white girl.
Shut up.
We made it to Melbourne. I have parked the 7 Series. We have made it to Melbourne City. I've parked the 7 Series high up in a Wilson car park, so let's hope, even though it sticks out so far from the car spot because it's so big, I pray it doesn't get hit, but the hotel we're in is absolutely beautiful, so it's going to be nice to just enjoy it and relax and enjoy it, Melbourne City, because I haven't been in a long time, and it's actually so sick compared to Sydney. Melbourne, your left hook turn thing, that is so it's not confusing, but it's just so weird, it's so strange. Right, so we're at the hotel now. It's actually really nice, isn't it? Good little mirror. But the bathroom is sick. You can stick your hand through the other side and close it. And it turns into a mirror. That's so cool. They gave us a complimentary thing of champagne, and there's a speaker, a little tablet. You can request anything for room service. It's really cool, and the view of a nice brick wall. It's actually kind of cool. It feels a lot like New York City. Would you rate the hotel out of 10?
I mean, I've been to the Mulia in Bali, so nothing can compare to that.
That sounds really cocky. Alright, so we're headed to Apollo Bay, and hopefully there's a really nice lookout there. I think there is.
It's the 12 Apostles.
The main one. The main lookout for the 12 Apostles, and that's about 2.5 hours away.
Just coming around the corner here, I don't think the camera can capture just how beautiful... Okay, well, there's a car in front of us now.
That is beautiful. Holy shit, very windy. Our 30-year-old V12 has made it almost 2,000 kilometers from home. We're on the Great Ocean Road right now.
Crazy to think that
it is
literally
absolutely beautiful.
2 months ago we picked this up.
Exactly. And it's running right now. This is a absolutely beautiful spot. I think it's called Eastern View of the Great Ocean Road. And we're about to start driving again, I think for another couple hours down to Apollo Bay. That is one of the coolest spots, for sure. Of course, because we were driving the Great Ocean Road, we'd go past the 12 Apostles, so we stopped and had a look. It was pretty much mandatory at that point, and it was stunning. Luckily, the weather was beautiful too. saw the 12 not so outstanding apostles.
12 albatrosses.
No, they're actually pretty beautiful. Only 7 of them left or something, I think.
Last time I was here, it was really cold, wet, windy. It wasn't a fun time. So this time we came, it was such beautiful weather. Such beautiful weather, and the water was pretty nice. But now we're at Lockhart Gorge.
Lockhart Gorge. I don't know what this place is. I've never heard of it.
I just want to see your raw reaction.
Cool.
Alright?
That is pretty cool too. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? A big fat cave. Alright, so we made it to Portland. We are now in the comfort of the Comfort Inn Motel in Portland. Vian's laughing at me, falling asleep at 7 o'clock. It's like 7:30 here. And it's, I'll see if I can open this. Okay, there we go. It's 7:30 p.m. here in Portland, Melbourne.
Bright daylight.
It is very bright. Sun doesn't set till 9 p.m. here. We have a like 5-6 hour drive tomorrow. We're going to Mount Gambier to swim, and then we're going to Adelaide to a family friend's house to stay for a couple nights. So we don't have to pay for accommodation, which is nice. Alright, it is morning of the 7th of January and we're about to leave Portland and head to Adelaide. I think it's almost 6 hours, isn't it?
It's about 5.5, but we're stopping over in Mount Gambier to go to a lagoon.
Well, we have our first issue so far on our few thousand kilometre road trip.
We didn't even know. We pulled over to take photos.
Pulled over to take photos at this absolutely stunning road through the middle of forest, and we have a flat tyre. We've only driven about half an hour from Portland, so I don't know how this has happened, and we didn't even notice. It drove fine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of scary. But Vian's gonna learn how to change a tyre.
I've got no idea how.
Exactly, so time to figure it out.
And we need a jack.
Yeah.
And we need a lug nut thing and a spare tyre.
Yes, we do. So, which I hope we have.
Oh God. We have to take everything out to get to the underneath.
We do, yeah.
Alright, let's get to work.
Well, we have the new tyre on. We still can't see where the hell that one's popped on. So the spare is quite low, so we're gonna have to stop at a servo and pump it up. Alright, so it is early on Monday morning. We're in Adelaide. We've been in Adelaide for the last 2 days, and we're about to leave for the Barossa Valley.
I'm tired.
And the hotel's been really nice, but not like we haven't done enough to record, so we've just...
It's been too hot.
It's been really hot.
40 degrees every day.
So we've just been going and looking around the city and stuff. Went to the beach, and now we're going to leave to Barossa Valley and stop at this like cool German town thing that's on the way. That looks kind of cool. So this is probably the longest stretch of the journey. It's going to be like 9.5 hours to Griffith, which is like near Wagga Wagga, and then the last journey back home is only about 6 hours. But this journey's going to be long, so I'm praying the car makes it. I've also been parked in a spot that was meant to be 3 hours for the last like 12 hours. So I hope we haven't been towed or someone hasn't taken the car. Adelaide's kind of cool. The city's very empty and big, and compared to Sydney, and no traffic.
Yeah, it's very, very... I was like, are we actually in the city?
Yeah, and even the beach wasn't that packed. Middle of the day on a Sunday, so
somehow the car was safe and we didn't get a fine.
I just tricked Vian to thinking we did get a fine, but we didn't.
Adelaide Council seems to be pretty chill, which is good.
This whole city's just so chill.
Yeah.
Compared to Sydney, if we left it there 1 minute over, it would be about 5 policemen.
Would have been about $500 and would have been towed.
Yeah.
Adelaide is actually busy.
I can't cross the intersection because of how busy it is.
It's Monday and Adelaide is busy.
This is shocking.
Because the whole weekend it's been completely
so
dead. So we are at Maggie Beer's farm shop in the Barossa Valley, and this place is beautiful. I'll just put a clip in of we drove in and almost hit some peacocks on the way in. They're beautiful, yeah, you could just hear them in the background, but yeah, let's see what they have to offer for food, because I'm starving.
Are you?
No, not really, but it is beautiful.
And we got here just on time. It opened like 30 minutes ago, and normally it's super busy, so I reckon we came at a great time.
Let's go.
We are leaving Maggie Beer's farm. We have some presents. It's honestly beautiful.
It was really nice, yeah.
Yeah, and definitely worth seeing if you're in the Barossa Valley. And now we have an 8-hour drive to Griffith, and we'll get there at about 8 p.m. It's about 10 past 11 now, so this will be fun. As you can see, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it really is.
Show the camera around, yeah.
We're actually on the way to Griffith, which is where my brother lives.
So we are about 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away from Griffith, and then another sort of 6.5 hours to Sydney, but we're staying in Griffith tonight. We just filled up with petrol, so we're full. That was the first time I've ever had someone pump gas for us. He just walks out. I was not expecting it, and he just walked out and started pumping it for us. So yeah, it was quite funny. Country towns, they pump your gas for you. In America, it's very common, but not here. Oh, there's a binned car.
Oh yeah.
Binned Folds. No, Mazda.
Just like that, we made it. A 9.5 hour journey.
Just wanted to single-handedly thank Julie, if she's watching this, for the access to her Netflix account that she didn't log out of.
What's she been watching?
She's been watching Emily in Paris.
I rate that.
Oh, Knives Out. Seinfeld.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
You can see we are obviously back in Sydney. This is Southern Shire of New South Wales, and we have done 5,000 kilometers in this beautiful V12 E38. Somehow it has made it back with no issues, the only issue being that we popped a tire, but that is obviously not the end of the world. This thing needs a really good clean on the inside and on the outside, but it is absolutely covered in bugs and grime, as you'd expect from a long road trip. And yeah, that paint is starting to peel off there. The total running cost of having this thing and running it 5,000 kilometers around Sydney to Melbourne to Adelaide and then back, about 10 litres per 100 on the highway, and most of it was highway or like 100 plus kilometer an hour speed limits. So I would say we filled up about 6 or 7 times full tank the entire journey, which is actually pretty good. At about $1.90 a litre, that's roughly $1,100. So we spent about $1,100 between the two of us on fuel in our V12 for 5,000 kilometers of driving. It's not too bad. It's actually, yeah, pretty decent. And I'm sure it would have been better if we did it in a hybrid Camry or something, but we didn't want to. We wanted to do it in this comfort style and just absolute beauty of this car. It has thick double glazed windows, so you don't hear much road noise. Beautiful comfortable leather seats that you just sink into, and you never go numb sitting in them, so it's fantastic. And the transmission was absolutely silky smooth along with the engine. No misfires, no issues. Started every time, stopped every time. Can't really complain about this one. But I just wanted to thank all of you for watching us, and if you watched on TikTok and follow along with our journey, thanks a lot. We made it back home in one piece, and so did the car. So appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. It should be good, and I hope you've enjoyed this one.